Okay, so good afternoon. We will be talking now about DNA replication. This is the overview of the process and its mechanism. So DNA replication is the biological process of producing two identical replicas of DNA from one original DNA molecule. It is essential for cell division and it is a key part of the cell cycle. So right after the DNA replication, it ensures that each new cell receives an exact copy of the DNA. So here are the key terms that we need to look into and memorize: the DNA polymerase, the enzyme that it synthesizes DNA molecules, helicase, the enzyme that unwinds the DNA double helix structure. And once there is now that unwinding, it gives the leading strand and the lagging strand. And the only difference between the two, the leading strand, there is a continuous synthesis of DNA, whereas the lagging strand, there is a fragment synthesis of DNA. And these short fragments are called the Okazaki fragments. And once DNA also is being unwound by helicase, there is now the site or the region uh, of the DNA replication, wherein the shape is a Y shape, wherein the DNA is split into two separate strands for replication. We call that one as the replication fork. So here are the stages. So you have the initiation as the first phase. So here the DNA starts at a very specific sequence. Prokaryotes have one origin, while the eukaryotes have multiple origins. Helicase again is a requirement, forming a replication fork that looks like a Y shape. And a single-stranded DNA binding proteins is a requirement to prevent reannealing of the DNA. Then primer synthesis is a requirement as also. It creates a short RNA primer for DNA polymerase during the process of adding the nucleotides into that DNA sequence. Then that particular addition of nucleotides is known as the elongation process, wherein DNA polymerase is a requirement. For prokaryotes, we use the DNA polymerase 3, but in eukaryotes, we use the alpha, delta, and epsilon DNA polymerase. Now, during the helicase process, you have again the Y shape known as the replication fork, and it gives you now two different strands. The first strand is the leading strand, wherein there is a continuous addition of nucleotides using, of course, or with the help of the DNA polymerase. Whereas in the lagging strand, you have a discontinuous replication known as the Okazaki fragment. Since this is a discontinuous one, you need to have an enzyme in order to join these fragments. And we call them the DNA ligase. Once there is now the completion of your DNA replication, so termination will happen, wherein it ends with two circular molecules in prokaryotes and completed forks in the eukaryotes. And the last phase is the proofreading and the error correction, using, of course, the DNA polymerase to correct errors. And post-replication repairs, this is an additional mechanism to fix the remaining errors in that DNA replication. So here is an example of DNA sequence. You have the top strand and the bottom strand, and we know that there are complementary base pairing, that is A to T and A to T or T to A, G to C or C to G. So that is now the complementary base pairing in the DNA. So to start with the replication process, helicase is a requirement. This is an enzyme that breaks the hydrogen bonding in the base pairing of DNA, forming a replication fork. So once there is now that breaking of DNA, so you have now the top strand or the leading strand, and you have the bottom strand or the lagging strand. So in the synthesis of DNA, for the leading strand, it is a continuous process of adding the nucleotides in the direction of P prime going to the third prime. Now, in the process of adding the nucleotide, using, of course, the DNA polymerase, do not forget the base pairing. That is again from T, but between A and T. and T and A, G and C, or C and G. That is always the base pairing requirement. Now, in the lagging strand, it is a discontinuous process. So, therefore, if this is your template, you can cut that one into half, giving you a first fragment, and you have the second fragment known as the Okazaki fragment. The direction is always fifth prime going to the third prime. So, with that one, based on the base pairing, you have A to T, T to A, G to C, 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 and G. So, you have G, G, and C. So, that is the first fragment. And this is your second fragment. So with that one, this is now your second fragment, Okazaki fragment during the process of the replication. So joining now this Okazaki fragment, there is a requirement for DNA ligase in order for the first fragment and the second fragment to be joined together, forming a continuous DNA strand. So it is important to note that helicase is a requirement to unwind DNA. Polymerase is a requirement to add all the nucleotides during that DNA replication. And DNA ligase is also a requirement in order to create a continuous DNA strand on the lagging strand. So here is a question number one. Given the following DNA strand, what would be the what would be the sequence of the newly synthesized DNA strand? Just take note of the requirement in terms of base pairing. It is always G to C, or C to G, A to T, or T to A. So with that one, the answer for this will be A. That is G to C, A to T, up to that particular nucleotide paired to your side to C. Another example, given the following template DNA strand, so the strand is from G to C under this direction, third prime to the fifth prime, and here are the choices. Just again, remember the base pairing requirement, that is G to C, T to A, or vice versa. So with that one, the answer will be letter B. During the DNA replication, a new DNA strand is synthesized in the fifth to third direction, complementary to the template strand. Take note that the base pairing will always be G to C, T to A, and vice versa. So DNA polymerase adds the complementary nucleotides, resulting in the new strand, which is, of course, the letter B as the correct answer from the given choices. So the significance of DNA replication, it ensures genetic continuity from one generation of cells to the next, fundamental to growth, development, and reproduction in all living organisms. And if there are errors in replication, it could lead to mutation, which may cause various conditions such as a particular disease. So in conclusion, DNA replication is a vital process for life, ensuring each cell has a complete set of genetic information. It is highly regulated and accurate process involving multiple enzymes and steps. Understanding DNA replication is crucial in the field of genetics, molecular biology, and medicine. Thank you.